For many riders, the first 10 minutes are the hardest. You're stopping and starting, and the first few lines seem so ordinary. You want to access that effortless discovery, that ease of speed, that timeless motion. In short, the feeling of flow. In this video, I want to help you transition from the former into the latter, and I'll be drawing on Julia Christensen's ideas in the pathway to flow. The video comes in two parts, pre-match and game time. Pre-match. Now when you think about struggles accessing flow, I bet you're already thinking about being sat down at a desk, hunched over a laptop. And we'll get there. We'll sit down soon. But first we need to move. And I mean literal movement. You see, you cannot expect to sit down and immediately access flow unless you have your wider life in order. And a big part of this is regular exercise. Exercise increases your baseline energy levels, increases your general sense of calm. It quietens that chatter in the mind and gives you that pulse of focused energy that you can bring in to your writing. The second pillar in general life is meditation. Based on the Huberman Lab podcast, they recommend 12 minutes a day, and this delivers 3 important results. Firstly, you practice letting go of distractions. I'm sure when you first sit down to write, you have those gremlins, all those thoughts trying to get at your attention and say, I don't want you to be away from me for an hour and a half whilst you're focused on your writing. I want your attention now, now, now. And so meditation helps you practice letting go of those voices. Secondly, it clears the mind, and that makes space for new ideas to enter in. Thirdly, you take on this mindset of engaged detachment. You neither get carried away nor disinterested. That means when writing, say an incredible line pops into your head, you won't just stop and enjoy the view and lose your momentum. You'll keep going. Similarly, if you're feeling stuck, you won't get disheartened and give up. You'll have, again, that residual sense of forward movement. These two elements of wider life will stack the deck in your favor. It's no use being an incredible poker player if when you get to the table, all you have is a rubbish hand. This improves your cards. Now it's game time. Time to sit down and write. But firstly, I'm guilty of this. Sit up properly. Don't hunch over. You'll have a lot more energy and resilience that way. And physically put your hands on the keyboard. Don't take them away. I know this feels small, but that distance creates extra resistance to keeping on writing word after word, which is ultimately what gets you into the flow. If you are feeling really stuck, just get up and move. Go outside, shake it out, whatever you need to do to freshen up your body. Again, the body is the key to the mind. Beyond these tips, there are 2 key elements that I want to raise. Firstly, set a clear goal. A lot of people resist this when it comes to writing because it reminds them of work. They say, writing is creative. I can't treat it like a business project, or this is my fun outlet. I don't want to feel like I'm in my 9 to 5. But believe me, setting that clear goal will help you relax into the writing. Here's why. When you're out of flow, you feel lost. You're drifting around. You're stopping and starting. You don't know precisely where you are headed. Let's take the example of running. Contrast the difference between I'll just go out for a jog and see how far I get to I'm going to do 3 laps of the park and at the end I'm going to summit that hill. Flow is about consistent forward motion and you need a goal to achieve that. It could be delivering a certain word count, getting to the end of the chapter, or getting to the bottom of a research question. The second element that helps you win the game is to blend fire and water. Now this comes from a poem by Ben Okri called To an English Friend in Africa. And he says, "Be sometimes like fire and sometimes like water." The fire is the drive. You remind yourself of why you write in the first place. You commit to your story and you push hard to drive it forwards. For me, I get a lot of motivation just by thinking of my favorite movie scenes. The contrasting element is water. You are flexible and fluid. You don't expect to get the gold straight away, though you have certainty that you will get there in the end. You may need to revise a paragraph, adjust your character, have a great idea that you pursue for half an hour, and then ultimately have to adapt. Expect this and accept this. What kills flow is when your brain splits in two. You have one side that's actually doing the writing, and the other side takes on the role of critic, of hard driving boss, complaining that you should have got much further than where you are now, or the writing isn't up to scratch. When this happens, it literally makes you half as intelligent as you were before. This means invest emotion into what you want from your writing, and also set expectations that the road may wind through easy and challenging phases. In conclusion, the problem is not a lack of ability. It's that our abilities are scattered. You want all of you right here, right now. This is the dream I hope for you. So go get it, and I'll see you next week.